Hey everyone! Welcome back to the channel. If you're new here, I'm excited you stopped by because today's video is something special. Florida is famous for its beaches. Millions of people visit the Sunshine State every year dreaming of white sands, warm turquoise water, and stunning sunsets. Many head straight to Miami Beach, Clearwater, or Panama City. Those places are beautiful, but if you know anything about Florida, you also know the crowds can be intense, the parking stressful, and the atmosphere not exactly relaxing. Here is the good news. Florida is home to some of the most peaceful, untouched beaches you will ever see. Locals know them. Travelers who crave something quieter seek them out. These hidden shores are places where you can hear the ocean again, where you can take long walks without weaving between umbrellas and beach chairs, where nature still owns the coastline. So in today's video, I am taking you on a trip to the best hidden beaches in Florida. These are the secret spots locals love. No overpriced beachfront traffic jams, no shoulder-to-shoulder towels, just pure Florida beauty. Let's dive in. Segment 1, St. George Island, the Forgotten Coast Gem. First on the list, St. George Island. Locals along the Panhandle call this the Forgotten Coast because the region has avoided massive development. St. George Island feels like stepping back in time to a slower Florida. The beach stretches for miles with powder-soft sand that squeaks under your feet. You won't find wall-to-wall condos blocking the horizon. Instead, there are tiny beach cottages, a lighthouse, and dunes rolling like giant sandy waves. If you head into St. George Island State Park at the eastern end of the island, you reach the quietest part. The water here is clear and shallow, perfect for swimming, shell hunting, and spotting dolphins just off the shoreline. Some days, you might only see a handful of people the entire time. The sunsets are unreal, with bright orange clouds melting into the Gulf of Mexico. Stay after dark, and you get another surprise. The stargazing here is some of the best in Florida, because the area is so undeveloped that light pollution barely exists. St. George Island is a reminder that beaches don't need giant hotels or neon nightlife to be unforgettable. This one gives you a natural Florida experience exactly the way locals hope it will stay. Segment 2, Caladesi Island, paradise you can only reach by boat. Next up, Caladesi Island. This is one of Florida's true hidden treasures because you cannot drive here. The only way to reach it is by boat, kayak, or a passenger ferry from nearby Honeymoon Island. Caladesi is everything people imagine when they picture a secret island getaway. You walk through sea oat-covered dunes and find a beach that is wide, peaceful, and almost untouched. The sand feels like powdered sugar, and the Gulf water shifts between shades of emerald and sapphire. One of the best things to do here is wander the nature trails. They wind through mangrove forests and coastal hammocks filled with wildlife. It is incredibly common to see tortoises, osprey, shorebirds, and even the occasional bald eagle. Kayaking the mangrove tunnels might be one of the most calming outdoor experiences you get in Florida. There is a reason locals love this place. When you are on Caladesi Island, you leave noise behind. No cars, no busy roads, just you, nature, and the sound of the ocean. If you are someone who dreams of a peaceful beach day with zero stress, Caladesi delivers exactly that. Segment 3, Navarre Beach, Florida's best-kept Gulf Coast. Secret Navarre Beach calls itself Florida's most relaxing place, and the name fits perfectly. Located between Pensacola and Destin, this beach somehow stays under the radar, even though the Emerald Coast is famous for tourism. The moment you arrive, you notice the difference. There are no giant crowds. There are wide spaces of bright white sand, crystal clear water, and dunes protected by natural vegetation. On a calm day, the Gulf looks like sparkling glass. The Navarre Beach Marine Park is especially peaceful. Snorkelers love it because there are artificial reefs just offshore with fish, sea turtles, and rays cruising through the water. The Navarre Beach Pier is one of the longest in Florida and a great place to spot dolphins swimming by below. If you want a quiet beach trip that still has convenience, Navarre Beach nails that balance. You get restaurants, boardwalk access, and places to stay, while still preserving that small-town coastline vibe. Locals here love that Navarre remains a softer, calmer version of the busy beaches nearby. They hope it stays that way. If you're enjoying this video, make sure to like and subscribe to see more videos like this. Segment 4. Blowing Rocks Preserve, Nature's Dramatic Beach. Now we head to Jupiter Island on Florida. Atlantic coast for one of the most unique hidden beaches in the whole state. Blowing Rocks Preserve looks nothing like the typical flat sandy beach that Florida is known for. Here, limestone rock formations line the shore, and waves crash against the cliffs, shooting water straight upward through holes in the rocks. It is a beautiful natural show, especially during high tide or on rougher ocean days. The name Blowing Rocks makes total sense the moment you see the spray launch into the air. This preserve is managed by the Nature Conservancy, and it is incredibly protected. Sea turtles nest here. Shorebirds feed along the rocks. The water is clear and teeming with marine life. You can find tide pools and tiny hidden coves formed naturally over time. There are stretches of smooth sand too, if you want to sit and relax, but visitors usually end up walking the shoreline and exploring the formations. It feels like discovering a prehistoric coastline. Locals come here not just for the beach, but for the connection to nature. This place reminds you how powerful and alive the ocean really is. It is not your typical swim and sunbathe beach. It is an experience. Segment 5. Bahia Honda State Park, Florida Keys. Escape without the party crowd. The Florida Keys are known for their coral reefs and tropical vibe, though they are not usually famous for wide, sandy beaches. Bahia Honda State Park is the exception. Tucked between Marathon and Big Pine Key, this hidden gem offers some of the best natural beaches in the Keys. Picture shallow, warm water that stretches far from shore. Seagrass beds where rays glide peacefully. Soft sand with palm trees giving you pockets of shade. It feels like a getaway inside a getaway. If you love snorkeling, this is one of the simplest places to do it in the Keys without needing a boat trip. The reef fish come close, and the water clarity is amazing. The old Bahia Honda Bridge creates one of the most iconic views in the Keys. Climb up the short walkway, and you get a stunning overlook of turquoise waters that seem unreal. People who live in the Keys come here when they want peace. It does get visitors, but compared to Key West's crowds, Bahia Honda is pure relaxation. It is the kind of spot where you forget time exists. If you come to the Keys and skip this state park, you are missing an essential piece of local Florida paradise. Segment 6. Fort de Soto Park, a beach for wildlife lovers. Fort de Soto Park sits near St. Petersburg, yet it feels like an escape from the city. This park consists of several connected islands with beaches that are more natural and protected than the big resort coastlines nearby. The most loved beach is North Beach. Locals swear by it. The sandbar creates a shallow lagoon that is perfect for kids, paddleboarders, and anyone who just wants to float peacefully. Pelicans dive nearby. Shorebirds wander freely. The water is calm and gleaming. If you are into wildlife, Fort de Soto might be your favorite stop in this entire video. More than 300 species of birds have been spotted here throughout the year. Dolphins and manatees often appear close to shore. You can even kayak through the mangroves and explore quiet coves where nature thrives without interruption. There is history here too. The old fort at the southern end dates back to the Spanish-American War. You can walk through the stone hallways and look out over the Gulf just like soldiers did over a century ago. Fort de Soto is the perfect mix of nature, beauty, and local culture. It is a place where people who live nearby go when they want to unplug, breathe, and enjoy a real Gulf Coast sunset without tourist chaos. Segment 7. Playalinda Beach, untouched Atlantic shoreline. Our final hidden beach takes us to Florida's Space Coast. Playalinda Beach sits inside the Canaveral National Seashore, which means the coastline remains wild and unspoiled. You won't find buzzing restaurants or souvenir shops here. Just dunes, driftwood, shells, and miles of quiet Atlantic shoreline. This beach is special because of what happens just inland. Space launches at Kennedy Space Center are visible directly from the sand. Imagine laying out on your towel and watching a rocket shoot into the sky. Locals know this is one of the coolest places to experience a launch day. Playalinda is also a popular spot for surfers when the waves pick up. Wildlife lovers will see sea turtles, crabs, countless shorebirds, and even the occasional bobcat near the dunes. It is peaceful, but be prepared for a raw nature experience. There are designated clothing optional areas near parking lot 13, so if that's not your vibe, just pick a different entrance. The beach is long enough to give everyone space. Playalinda is proof that Florida still has wilderness along the coast. No resorts, no boardwalks, just the Atlantic Ocean in its natural form. Those were some of the best hidden beaches in Florida. These are the places locals treasure. They are quieter, calmer, and protected from the noise that takes over so many tourist hotspots. If you want a beach trip where you feel like the world slows down, if you dream of hearing waves instead of loud speakers, if you want sand that stretches for miles without crowds blocking your view, then these hidden beaches belong on your travel list. Quick recap of our secret spots. St. George Island, the forgotten coast paradise. Caladesi Island, a boat-accessible dream. Navarre Beach, the Emerald Coast's peaceful hideout. Blowing Rocks Preserve, a dramatic rocky shoreline. Bahia Honda State Park, the Key's best sandy beach. Fort de Soto Park, wildlife and natural beauty. Playalinda Beach, wild coastline with rocket launch views. Let me know in the comments which one you want to visit first. If you have your own secret Florida beach that I didn't mention, drop that down below too, as long as the locals won't be mad at us for revealing it. Thanks so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video and want more travel guides full of hidden gems, hit that like button and make sure to subscribe. I'll see you in the next one.